That night, the house sleeps, but I don't. Laughter drifts from downstairs, faint and sharp like glass. I lie awake in the dark, tracing cracks on the ceiling. The piggy bank sits on the dresser, grinning with plastic indifference. I keep seeing that red bow on her car, glowing under the porch light. A ribbon of proof that love has never been fair here. My chest tightens with every echo of her voice. She always gets the miracles. I always get the lessons. Dad's words loop in my mind, gentle and cruel at once. You've always been so independent. Independent. They're code for invisible. I close my eyes, hoping for sleep, but memory doesn't rest. Birthdays, graduations, every small triumph dissolves into the same silence. When Chelsea got her first camera, I got a used backpack. When she failed a class, they called it artistic spirit. When I aced mine, they said nothing. It builds inside me, a quiet, steady rage. At 2 a.m., I sit up. The room feels smaller than I remember. Childhood photos stare down from the walls, frozen smiles of a family I never truly knew. I pack without turning on the light. Jeans, sweater, blueprints, the old teddy, bear from grandma. The rest can stay. It belongs to a version of me that tried too hard to earn love. Downstairs, the clock ticks louder than my footsteps. I leave the piggy bank on the table beside my parents, untouched gifts. The note I write is short. Thank you. I need time. The front door creaks when I open it, a small betrayal in the silence. Cold air rushes in, crisp and biting. For a second, I almost turn back. Almost. But I remember Chelsea's perfume, my father's wink, my mother's pride that never reached me. The ache in my chest hardens into resolve. The Toyota starts with a groan, loyal and worn like me. Snow drifts across the windshield, melting on impact. The driveway glows behind me, dotted with Christmas lights and everything I'm leaving. Each mile marker feels like a breath I've been holding for years. 7 hours to Seattle. 7 hours to freedom. The radio hums low, some old love song pretending everything ends beautifully. I turn it off. Silence feels truer. The road winds through mountains, dark and endless. I grip the wheel tighter as the first tears come. Not loud, not broken, just steady. A release long overdue. By dawn, the horizon blushes with pale light. Portland fades in the rearview mirror, shrinking to memory. For once, I'm not chasing approval. I'm running towards something I can't name yet. Maybe peace. Maybe myself. Either way, I'm finally moving. The highway stretches like a ribbon of frost beneath my tires. Each mile hums a confession I was never allowed to speak. Snow falls heavier now, soft and relentless, erasing the lines ahead. The heater wheezes warm air that smells faintly of dust and old coffee. I drive with both hands tight on the wheel, jaw locked against the tremor. The world outside is blank, a page waiting for my rewrite. My phone buzzes again, screen glowing in the dark. Mom's name. Then Dad's. Then silence. No, are you safe? Messages. Just, did you pay the cabin bills before leaving? Even now, I'm a task on their list. Not a person, just a function. The laugh that escapes my throat sounds foreign. It breaks halfway, part sorrow, part disbelief. Headlights slice through the snow as a truck passes, spraying ice over my windshield. For 3 seconds, I see nothing. Only white. My breath stops until the wipers clear the glass. My pulse hammers hard in my ears. When sight returns, memory floods in its place. 5th birthday, Chelsea's princess party with ponies and balloons. Mine the year after, sheet cake from the grocery store, paper hats. You're more independent, Dad said. Independent, the word again, cold and familiar. High school graduation, valedictorian speech to empty family seats. They were at her soccer match. College, 2 jobs, endless nights, ramen for dinner. She found herself in Europe on their dime. "You've always known who you are," Mom told me. Her way of saying, "You don't deserve exploration." Every memory another nail, sealing the coffin of what I once believed was love. The sky begins to pale, the first light of dawn brushing the horizon. My phone buzzes again. This time, the name on the screen makes me pause. My roommate, my friend, my only constant. "Where are you?" Her voice fills the car, warm and human. "Heading south," I whisper, barely recognizing my own voice. "To where?" she asks. I shake my head though she can't see it. "I don't know." A pause, then soft and firm. "Come to San Francisco. Stay with me." The words hit like sunlight through fog. "Family doesn't treat family like this," she says. I want to argue, but the lump in my throat wins. I can't impose. "Stop. You've spent your life helping everyone. Let someone help you." Her tone leaves no room for refusal. Something breaks inside me again, but this time, it's not pain. It's release. "Okay," I whisper. "Text me every hour," she says. "Drive safe. I'm making up the guest room." When the call ends, silence blooms in the car, softer now. The road ahead glows, faintly gold under the morning sun. For the first time, my shoulders drop. The air feels lighter, forgiving. By the time I cross the California border, the snow has thinned. The "Welcome to California" sign flashes past like a promise. I glance in the mirror once more. Portland is gone. The past, too. And the woman who left that house last night is already someone else. San Francisco rises through the morning haze like a second chance. I park near Mai's apartment, legs trembling when I step out. She meets me at the door with coffee and a hug that asks for nothing. No explanations, no apologies. Just warmth. Inside, the walls smell of cinnamon and paint, like beginnings. "You can stay as long as you need," she says, voice steady and kind. The words undo me more than I expect. I nod, afraid that speaking will crack the thin shell holding me together. For the first few days, I sleep too much. Eat too little. I walk the unfamiliar streets, pretending I'm a tourist in my own life. The city hums with motion, and somehow it doesn't ask anything of me. At night, I scroll through missed calls and unread messages. Mom's guilt. Dad's orders. Chelsea's silence. Each one a thread I refuse to pick up again. On the 5th day, Mai knocks on my door. "I booked you an appointment," she says. "With who?" "A therapist, Dr. Ha. You don't have to go, but maybe you should." I almost refuse. Then I see the concern in her eyes and whisper, "Okay." The office smells of lemon polish and quiet. Dr. Ha waits without forcing words from me. When I finally speak, it comes out as a confession. "They always said I was the strong one." She tilts her head, pen still. "And what did that mean?" "That no one had to care about me." Her silence feels like understanding, not pity. For the first time, I don't have to be composed. I cry until my throat aches. She doesn't interrupt. After the session, the air outside tastes cleaner, like exhaling after years underwater. Days slip into weeks. I start cooking again, small meals that taste of comfort. Mai drags me to a pottery class on Saturdays. I protest until my hands sink into cool clay. "Don't force it," the instructor says. "Listen to what it wants to become." The clay wobbles, collapses, reshapes. So do I. Each piece I make is imperfect, uneven, but entirely mine. When I place them on the windowsill, sunlight spills through the cracks. It doesn't feel like failure anymore. It feels human. At work, I send a transfer request to my company's local branch. The approval arrives 2 days later. No favors. No family name. Just my merit. When Mai cheers, I laugh without guilt. The sound surprises me. It's been months since laughter didn't feel like armor. Nights in the small apartment grow peaceful. I light a candle, drink tea, write lists of things I no longer owe anyone. Love that doesn't demand. Rest without shame. Space to exist. On the shelf sits the pink piggy bank I brought with me. Empty now, but not meaningless. Someday, I'll fill it again. Not with money, but with weeks of freedom. Each coin a reminder that I left to find myself and stayed to become her. Morning sunlight filters through the terracotta walls of my new apartment. It feels different from every place I've lived before. Quiet, small, but entirely my own. The silence here doesn't judge me. It waits. Work fills my days, clean lines and calculations I can control. At night, I meet Mai in the kitchen, laughter spilling over cheap wine. Sometimes we talk about dreams. Sometimes we don't talk at all. Both feel safe. Therapy becomes a steady rhythm in my week. Dr. Ha teaches me to name what I feel without apology. She asks, "What does anger look like for you?" "Like breathing after holding it too long," I say. She smiles. "That's not anger, that's freedom." I start to see the difference. Freedom isn't loud. It's steady. It's saying no without guilt. It's deleting messages without shaking. Mom calls again, voice trembling with practiced sorrow. "You've broken this family." I breathe before answering. No, I just stopped fixing it alone. Her silence cuts deeper than words, but I don't bleed this time. At work, my manager praises a design I stayed up perfecting. "You've got leadership written all over you," he says. I almost deflect, then stop myself. "Thank you," I answer simply. Later, I meet a man named Min through a colleague. He's quiet, the kind of presence that doesn't demand space. When he asks me to coffee, I almost say no out of habit. Old instincts whisper that happiness must be earned. But I go. We talk about bridges, weather, and everything unimportant. It feels good. The world doesn't tilt. I don't lose myself trying to be enough. Weeks pass, light and unhurried. In group therapy, a man named Raymond says, "Love without respect is possession." The sentence lodges in my chest like a seed. That night, I write it on a sticky note and place it on my mirror. Every morning, I read it until it feels true. I fill my windowsill with small clay bowls from class. Each one uneven, fragile, alive. They remind me that beauty can exist beside imperfection. My visits often, still protective, still fierce. "You're softer now," she says one evening. "I think you're mistaking peace for softness," I reply. She grins. "Same thing sometimes." The following week, I receive an email. Promotion. Senior project lead. The old me would have called home first. Now I close my laptop and smile to myself. Pride no longer needs an audience. In the evening, I take out the piggy bank again. I drop in a folded $2 bill. The sound echoes softly against the hollow plastic. It's not a wound anymore. It's a marker of growth. The woman staring back in the window's reflection isn't invisible. She's here, present, unapologetic, and finally whole. 7 months pass before the wedding invitation arrives. Cream envelope, gold ink, my name written too perfectly. No +1. Just me. I stare at it for hours, tracing the loops of the letters. A summons disguised as courtesy. Mai asks what I'll do. "I'll go," I say. But on my terms. I book a hotel instead of staying with family. Boundaries written in small decisions. The flight north is quiet, clouds folding under the wings. Portland glimmers below like a memory half-healed. At the rehearsal dinner, conversations hush when I walk in. Their surprise feels like armor around my shoulders. Mom's hand flies to her chest. Dad's jaw tightens. Chelsea hovers near the bar, smile stretched too thin. She hugs me, perfume faint, eyes searching. "You look amazing," she says. "So do you," I reply, steady but distant. We circle each other like strangers in a room full of ghosts. During cocktails, relatives whisper behind napkins. I sip champagne and let them. When Dad finally approaches, bourbon in hand, his tone softens. Family sticks together, he says. No matter what. Does it, I ask. Or just the parts that fit your story? He blinks, unprepared for my calm. Chelsea interrupts, her voice a practiced plea. Dad lost his job, Mom's been sick, we're selling the house. I nod once. I'm sorry to hear that. Mom appears, eyes damp but too dry to convince me. This all started when you left, she says. The guilt slides off me like rain. I didn't break this family, I say. I just stopped carrying it. The air sharpens. I reach into my bag and pull out an old photo album. Page after page of birthdays, holidays, every imbalance preserved in ink. Do you see it now? I ask quietly. Dad's face reddens. That's ancient history. History repeats until someone stops it, I reply. Next, I set a small pink piggy bank on the table. It lands with a soft, deliberate thud. They stare as I open the bottom. $2 bills spill out, a soft rustling of truth. One for every week since I left, I tell them. Each one proof that worth can't be measured in scraps. Chelsea picks one up, voice trembling. I never realized how it looked from your side. Her tears aren't for show this time. Mom whispers, we didn't mean to hurt you. Intent doesn't erase impact, I say. I want change, not apologies. The room stills. I'll talk again when you agree to therapy and to boundaries. Dad opens his mouth, but Mom stops him. Her hand trembles. We'll do it, she says. I gather the album and the empty bank, leaving the bills behind. That's yours, I say. A reminder of what happens when love becomes unequal. As I walk away, I hear Chelsea murmur, she's different now. And for the first time, they're right. I am. A year later, Christmas comes quietly. The city hums below my window, lights flickering like small promises. My apartment smells of rosemary, sage, and something warm in the oven. Friends fill the space with laughter that doesn't hurt to hear. My sits at the table, pouring wine, her smile still the same. Min moves easily around the kitchen, carving the turkey with calm hands. It feels unreal sometimes, this piece built from nothing. No tension, no performance, no need to earn my place. Just presence. When they raise their glasses, I feel my throat tighten. To Lan Anh, my says, eyes shining. To the woman who built her own foundation. I laugh, soft and unguarded. It's the kind of laughter that heals instead of hides. After dinner, I step to the balcony, city air brushing my face. The skyline glows against the bay, bridges arching like open arms. Inside, the pink piggy bank rests on the mantel, full again. Not with money, but folded notes from friends. Each one a moment of kindness I allowed myself to receive. My happiness no longer needs to be explained. The phone buzzes. Chelsea's name lights the screen. Monthly calls, a new boundary we both keep. I answer, steady and unafraid. Merry Christmas, she says, her voice softer now. Behind her, I see a small apartment, cluttered but honest. She looks older, humbled, human. You look happy, she adds. I am, I say and mean it. She glances aside. Dad's 90 days sober today. Mom's volunteering again. They ask about you. I breathe in slowly. Not anger, not ache, just quiet acceptance. I'm glad they're healing too. We talk about work, simple things, ordinary things. It feels new. After we hang up, I find myself smiling, not from forgiveness, but peace. Later, a message from Mom appears. A photo of my childhood dollhouse, freshly cleaned. The caption reads, "Found this for you, it always belonged to you." For a moment, I just stare. Not because I need it back, but because she finally understands. When the guests leave, Min helps with the dishes, sleeves rolled up. Deep thoughts again, he teases. I shrug, leaning on the counter. Just gratitude. He dries the last glass, then wraps a blanket around my shoulders. We step outside together, cold air and city lights mingling. Below us, waves shimmer under the bridges I once only dreamed of building. Worth isn't about how much love you're given, I think. It's about knowing what kind you won't accept anymore. Min's hand finds mine. No lightning, just warmth. The steady kind that stays. Behind us, the piggy bank glints in candlelight, no longer hollow. A symbol not of loss, but of everything found after walking away. The city breathes, alive and vast. And for the first time, I breathe with it. Night settles softly over the city. The air tastes of salt and winter, calm and clean. I stand on the balcony, wrapped in Min's quiet warmth. Below, lights shimmer on the bay like scattered dreams reborn. Inside, laughter fades into content silence. The table still holds traces of the meal, crumbs of joy left behind. The pink piggy bank catches a final glint of candlelight. It no longer mocks me. It mirrors me. Full, imperfect enough. I think of the girl who once begged to be seen. The one who mistook endurance for love. She walked away a year ago, trembling but determined. Now she stands here, steady, whole, unafraid to take up space. The road home was never about forgiveness. It was about recognition. Knowing my worth without anyone's permission. I whisper to the night, just loud enough for the wind to carry. I am enough, I always was. The city hums in quiet agreement. Min squeezes my hand once, no words needed. Somewhere below, waves strike against the pier and break softly apart. Not destruction. Transformation. And for the first time, I know I've arrived.